Nothing says you care like crypto.
Society is headed for collapse. Increased rates of poverty are here, and most Americans no longer have any wiggle room as they are carrying so much credit card debt. And they're not doing this because of just simple doom spending. They're doing this because they're charging basic essentials for survival on these cards, and they are tapped out right now. Trump has already announced that he has a major shakeup when it comes to dealing with the homeless in Western society in the United States, and homelessness will become effectively illegal. Watch to the end of the video to fully understand the implications of Trump's plan to tackle homelessness and how this is going to reshape everything in society going forward. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into the video.
Our once great cities have become unlivable, unsanitary nightmares, surrendered to the homeless, the drug addicted, and the violent and dangerously deranged. We're making many suffer for the whims of a deeply unwell few, and they are unwell indeed. The homeless have no right to turn every park and sidewalk into a place for them to squat and do drugs. Americans should not have to step over piles of needles and waste as they walk down a street in a beautiful city, or at least once beautiful city, because they've changed so much over the last 10 years. Our first consideration should be the rights and safety of the hardworking, law-abiding citizens who make our society function. When I'm back in the White House, we will use every tool, lever, and authority to get the homeless off our streets. We want to take care of them, but they have to be off our streets. There is nothing compassionate about letting these individuals live in filth and squalor rather than getting them the help that they need. We need professionals to help them. For a small fraction of what we spend upon Ukraine, we could take care of every homeless veteran in America. Our veterans are being treated horribly. Likewise, with all of the money we will save by ending mass unskilled migration, we will have a huge dividend to address this crisis in our own country. Under my strategy, working with states, we will ban urban camping wherever possible. Violators of these bans will be arrested, but they will be given the option to accept treatment and services if they're willing to be rehabilitated. Many of them don't want that, but we'll give them the option. We will then open up large parcels of inexpensive land, bring in doctors, psychiatrists, social workers, and drug rehab specialists, and create 10 cities where the homeless can be relocated and their problems identified. But we'll open up our cities again, make them livable and make them beautiful. For those who are just temporarily down on their luck, we will work to help them quickly reintegrate into a normal life. For those who have addictions, substance abuse, and common mental health problems, we will get them into treatment. And for those who are severely mentally ill and deeply disturbed, we will bring them back to mental institutions where they belong, with the goal of reintegrating them back into society once they are well enough to manage. It's a tough task, a very tough task. What's taken place on the streets, what's taken place with their taking so much drugs. But the fact is, we're going to try. This strategy will be far better and also far less expensive than spending vast sums of taxpayer money to house the homeless in luxury hotels without addressing their underlying issues. And they have so many of these underlying issues and needs. This is how I will end the scourge of homelessness and make our cities clean and safe and beautiful once again. We will do it. We will bring back America.
So let's make it very, very clear what he actually intends to do. Trump is actually going to be targeting every single homeless person in America. Homelessness will become illegal under Trump, and people who are violators will be arrested. Living in your car will not be allowed. I've done that before. Almost 13 to 15 years ago, I experienced homelessness. At first, I was living in my car, and then I was sleeping on the street. And I want to explain something to you about just how difficult life actually is. It's technically illegal to live in your car. Doesn't matter where you are. On a city street. You can park the car there, but you cannot sleep in the car. And the cops will come and mess with you and wake you up. I'm telling you guys, it's a hard world that we live in. Many of you right now are not prepared for these hard times. Many of you right now think it's a game. Many of you right now think it's a joke. It's not. Because when these hard times come, it's very easy to quickly lose everything. It could be that you're told that you have to leave where you're living and find a new place to live, and then you're trying to relocate, and oh, well, now I need to put down a deposit. How much is the deposit? Guys, the financial world is transforming at light speed, and the opportunity to build life-changing wealth is vanishing fast. Bitcoin has skyrocketed past $90,000 and is actually now well above 100,000. Already out of reach for most people, but there's one specific cryptocurrency still poised to explode 100 times or even 1,000 times in the coming bull run. And this is your last chance to act before the masses catch on. With Donald Trump confirming a $1 trillion US crypto investment as a national wealth reserve, you can't afford to ignore this moment. At Angry's Crypto Academy, we'll teach you everything you need to know from buying and selling this cryptocurrency anonymously to creating decentralized bank accounts. Everything, even if you know nothing about crypto, we'll guide you every step of the way. The clock is ticking, and this cryptocurrency won't stay under the radar for long. Don't miss your chance. Join Angry's Crypto Academy today and discover the one crypto that could make you rich. Click the link in the description of the video to get started. Deposit is like $3,000 or $5,000. And, and it's not just a straight deposit. It's first month's rent, last month's rent, and a deposit. So basically the equivalent of 3 months worth of rent. So for a lot of people, that's going to end up being anywhere from $9,000 to, in today's society and economy, it wouldn't be surprising, of as much as $15,000. I mean, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. And the average American really only has around $500 of savings or accessible funds at any given moment. This is not going to be pretty. There's going to be an extraordinary amount of homelessness. Another big issue to contend with is the migrant situation, because all of those migrants are now losing access to resources. They are finding themselves in extraordinary poverty. They are being put out of the luxury hotels. These programs are being ended right now, especially in places like New York. These people are beginning to go to stores and take things from stores. And then when the cops confront them, they say it's because they don't have any food. What did they do in New York? They literally just ended the program where they were giving them debit cards to go and buy food. So now that they don't have debit cards to go and buy food, how are they eating? How are they feeding their families? Simply put, they can't.
Breaking news, the mayor just announced that the city will no longer issue vouchers to migrants to pay for food, ending a controversial program that had repeatedly come under attack by conservatives and others.
This pilot program in New York City, drenched in both humanity and controversy, distributed debit cards to migrant families staying in city-funded hotels and allowing them to buy their own food. Eyewitness News reporter Josh Einiger following the breaking news for us. Josh?
Well, Bill, it's a program that, as you say, generated plenty of controversy, but now its absence may raise even more questions. The so-called Immediate Response Cards pilot program was designed to help feed migrant families who'd found themselves in New York with no way to afford food. The one-year contract provided what the city described as culturally relevant food to 2,600 migrant families, allowing them to basically buy what they wanted. A family of 4 with two kids under 5 got about $350 per week to cover food in a program the city said would actually save taxpayers millions a year. It also reduced food waste. You may remember the food the city had been providing in migrant shelters was seen as not culturally sensitive to the needs of some migrant groups, and it ended up just going to waste. For For more than a year, the city was groaning under the weight of more than 200,000 asylum seekers. Officials say the migrant population has actually reduced lately. In fact, a massive shelter on Roosevelt Island is in the process of closing. In the meantime, Mayor Adams spoke on the phone yesterday with President-elect Donald Trump, who had vowed during his campaign to mass deport migrants. Aside from congratulating him on his win, though, Adams today would not say what they discussed.
This is not a game. All of these people are in bad shape. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you, I lived in Mexico for a long time, lived overseas for a long time. And one of the things that happened in Mexico was there were people, migrants, who were traveling to the US, and they often lay over in Mexico on their way to the United States border. And these people, I forget which country they came from. They came from one of the Hispanic countries, and they were coming through Mexico. And they actually did something so crazy. They started, the people in Mexico were very courteous to them. They were giving them food, housing, and everything. And you know what these people said? These people said that they don't like the food that they're being given by the Mexicans. One of the cultural dishes in Mexico is beans and rice. Beans and rice is a very normal staple of Mexican households. Of course, there are tacos, there are meats, and all kinds of different things, and lots of lovely food over there. But the Mexicans love beans and rice. This is not just a Mexican thing either. I think that it may be also something that Puerto Ricans eat, and it's a very normal thing. It's a dish that's common, even in places like the Caribbean. Beans and rice, even in the United States, in the South, beans and rice. So these people said that they don't like the food that the Mexicans are giving them, and they said that this food that the Mexicans are giving them is the kind of food that they give to their pigs back home in their countries. And after they made that statement, the Mexicans became very, very furious with them, and they basically put them in these encamped areas, and they just like washed their hands of them because they were really upset about their behavior and the way that they were acting. And you have to understand that this whole cultural cuisines thing is a joke. They eat the same foods that we eat. They want to live in luxury. That's the honest to goodness truth. A lot of these people want to live in luxury, and now the gravy train is coming to an end, and they don't know what to do, and they are facing extremely hard times as a result. One of the significant things that is coming out of the Trump administration, though, in his second term, is absolutely going to be his focus on cryptocurrency. He's going to be purchasing $1 trillion worth of Bitcoin. It can end up being more than that because it's going to be done over the course of, I believe, 4 to 5 years. Now, the thing is, if he starts purchasing up crypto, it will likely continue to skyrocket in value as he's purchasing it. So we're talking about purchasing crypto at $100,000 a coin today. And so about 1 million coins, that's about $1 trillion. But if it continues to skyrocket, and it's going to hit 1 million, guys, very quickly. It's already said that it's going to hit $250,000 hands down shortly after he enters into a second term. In terms of Bitcoin, it will hit $1 million possibly within 1 to 2 years of Trump being in office. That's my belief, and because it will hit $250,000 a coin next year. Hands down, we already know it's going to hit $250,000 a coin in 2025. So keep in mind, when Bitcoin is is literally at $250,000 a coin, there are going to be so many other opportunities as well to jump into the crypto market. And there are many coins that have been going under the radar. There are many coins that are as old as Bitcoin. Guys, Dogecoin is going to be $1 a coin, $2 a coin, $3 a coin. All right. This is a coin that was, a few years ago, you can get it for like a fraction of a penny. Okay. Like 1/100th. You can get it for like 1/100th of a penny. You still have the ability to do this. However, you still have the ability to invest and to see your wealth and your growth take off. It's not a game. You still have this chance. Okay. Or even a simple $12 investment in crypto can be the difference between life and death, and it can save your life. There are so many of you that have been sitting on the fence, and I am not going to stop putting the emphasis on this. I have been talking to you for so long, and there's going to be always the crypto naysayers, and I'm telling you right now, come next year, there will be people who are my naysayers right now on the channel, and they're going to say, hey, yeah, I was one of your naysayers, but I just jumped into crypto, and in fact, I'm in the academy. What do you mean you're in the academy? Yeah, man, I'm in the academy. Wait, you were telling people not to? Yeah, man, but I wanted to just see what was in there, so I went and I signed up. Okay, so wait, what plan are you on? I'm on the boot camp membership. The boot camp membership, bro. You told people not to join, and then you signed up for the boot camp membership. Listen, man, how much money have you made? I don't want to reveal that, but I'm doing all right. Jesus has been very good to me. I praise the Lord because He is my Savior. How much money? We're not going to discuss that. But Uncle Angry Sama, you were right. You were right, guys. I'm telling you, don't listen. People are not good. People are not good. I'm telling you right now, human beings are not good as a whole. Don't listen to these idiots, all right? Because they will go and get their bag and leave you alone, leave you to suffer. Right now, the academy that I've built for you, it is the best. It is absolutely, I will say, hands down, the best platform right now to learn cryptocurrency on the internet. I truly believe. I mean, you can join for the cost of a cup of coffee. And the amount of value that you're going to get, the ability to also reach out to me at any given moment. We have an entire chat, and I'm constantly replying to the chat. You're able to message me directly. We have our help and support section up for you guys. We have the start section where all the resources are broken down for you. We're doing portfolio reviews for you guys. It's massive what's happening over in the Crypto Academy right now. Absolutely massive. And you are not going to find that kind of value. You're not going to find that kind of value anywhere on the web right now. There is nowhere you are going to find the kind of value that you're getting over in Angry's Crypto Academy. It is absolutely unbelievable what we've built over there. And, everyone is coming together, and more resources are being added. Like, hey, Angry, what about this? And we're like, oh, this could help a lot of people. And we're building out even more resources. So it's insane over there. When you get over to the academy, you're going to get all of the tools and resources you need to immediately jump into crypto, to understand which cryptocurrencies can help you to make massive profit so that you can make a $10 investment. And that's an investment in your future. Because right now, a lot of people are heading into extreme amounts of poverty and destitution, and no one is coming to save them. Okay, guys, like no one is coming to save us. So it's like, somebody save me. You remember from Smallville? I love that song. Dun, 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 dun. Somebody save me. Guys, nobody's coming to save you. A lot of y'all gonna be in Tent City. A lot of y'all are gonna be in Tent City. You're gonna be in there with the vagabonds and the homeless. All right, you're gonna be in there with Tyrone, and Tyrone is the king of Tent City, and Tyrone is going to rule Tent City with an iron fist. When Tyrone is hungry, he's going to eat. When Tyrone is thirsty, he's going to drink. When Tyrone wants some loving, he is going to get some loving, and there's not going to be any foolishness going on in his house. Okay, that's how it is, and you're just gonna have to deal with it that way. It's gonna be a miserable place. All right, there's going to be feces all over the place. There's going to be human waste, other forms of human waste. It's going to be nasty in there. Okay, trust me, the people who are people who are addicted to various substances, a lot of these people are going to be thrown in there. Instead of being put in prison, they're going to be put into tent cities, because the prisons are going to be overfull under Trump. We already know the prisons are going to be overfull under Trump. There are already too many people in prison as it is, and they're going to be stuffed full, because right now the Gen Zers, they're about to go into their full-blown hippie era, and we're going to have to start incarcerating a lot of them. So they're going to be like, a lot, there's just not enough room. So we have to keep like the worst of the worst, and even then it's not good enough. So we're gonna have a lot of people who should be in prison, or they're just gonna put in tent city, because it's basically the same thing. You're gonna have the mentally ill in these tent cities. You're gonna have the very dangerous and destitute in these places. It's gonna be bad in there, okay? And you're gonna have to live with that. You're going to have to live with that, because you did not plan ahead. You did not invest in crypto. We're moving away from stocks. Guys, the stock market, those are boomer bucks. You should not be focusing heavily on stocks anymore. The average person, I'm not saying that you cannot invest in stocks, but it is not where you should be placing your money right now. All right. The boomers own 80% of the stock market. and they're going to begin pulling out money from their 401ks very soon. Where are 401ks invested? Okay, like 99% of 401ks are in the stock markets right now in mutual funds. So what happens when the boomers start pulling funds out in just a couple of years? It's gonna start to crash. And I say couple of years, but realistically, it could be any moment now because most of them are at retirement age. The last of the boomers will turn 65 in 2029. That's 4 years roughly. We're almost in 2025. That's 4 years. That's 4 years. All right. Most boomers can pull Social Security now, and they are going to pull Social Security. Many will pull early Social Security. Think about that very, very carefully. All right. And they're going to empty those 401ks. There's a certain age at which there's a certain point at which they have to start withdrawing funds. So they're going to crash the stock market. They own 80% of the stock market. They're going to crash it. But your saving grace is being invested in crypto and being able to sell your cryptocurrency, your crap coins. Keep the good ones for yourself when the boomers start jumping in, because many of them are lazy like Gen Z. So they don't know anything about crypto, the vast majority of them, and they're gonna find themselves in a really hard situation between a rock and a hard place. They stole our futures, but we're gonna take their pensions. Okay. So by getting into crypto right now, before the bull run, before Trump gets in, you're going to secure your future and your ability to survive while everyone else is suffering as hell on earth breaks loose. Let me ask you something. When the banks collapse, and trust me, it's coming, will you be ready? Imagine waking up to ATMs that don't work, bank doors chained shut, and millions of people left with nothing. No cash, no access to their savings, and no way to survive. But it doesn't have to be that way for you. That's why I created Angry's Crypto Academy, to teach you everything you need to know about crypto so you can protect yourself and your family. You'll learn how to buy, sell, and even day trade crypto for a living. Plus, we alert you to new crypto trends so you can profit before everyone else even knows what's happening. Right now, I've just published an exclusive investment guide inside the Academy, and it's linked in the description below. In it, I reveal the one coin that could make you a millionaire. A coin so revolutionary, it could change everything. If you missed out on Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is your second chance. This isn't just about financial freedom. It's about survival. When the system collapses and everyone else is selling, you'll be the one buying, prepared to weather the storm and thrive while others struggle to survive. Don't wait. This knowledge isn't optional, it's critical. The link's in the description. Go check it out now. We have a video here from the Clear Value Tax channel where he basically jumps into the Bitcoin Act and Trump's crypto revolution for the USA in 2025, because this is going to be massive and it is going to reshape everything. This is going to be the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of the world. So his channel will be linked in the description so you can go check him out and support him. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into the video.
So previously, Trump was against Bitcoin, but now he's become a great supporter. So after Trump has won the presidency, people are expecting a crypto boom in 2025. I'm going to show you why. But first, I want to show you what Trump has recently said about Bitcoin and also about crypto.
This afternoon, I'm laying out my plan to ensure that the United States will be the crypto capital of the planet and the Bitcoin superpower of the world. Upon taking office, I will immediately appoint a Bitcoin and Crypto Presidential Advisory Council. If I am elected, it will be the policy of my administration, United States of America, to keep 100% of all the Bitcoin the U.S. government currently holds or acquires into the future. We'll keep 100%. I hope you do well, please. If crypto is going to define the future, I want to be mined, minted, and made in the USA. On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler and appoint a new SEC chairman.
Okay, now I want to tell you this. Just to clarify, Trump said that he wants to fire Gary Gensler. Okay, so Gary Gensler is the chair of the SEC. Gensler has an aggressive stance against crypto, and Trump is all about loosening up regulation. So Trump wants him out. Now, I want to show you the Bitcoin Act in Congress that Trump is backing. So here it is. This originated in the Senate from Senator Loomis. So the short title of the bill is the Bitcoin Act of 2024. Now, if you go to page 2 of the bill, you're going to see this. The US government would buy and store large quantities of Bitcoin to strengthen the financial condition of the United States and hedge against economic uncertainty and monetary instability. So the US government would essentially establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve. So there would be a purchase program, and this is how it would work. So the government would buy up to 200,000 Bitcoins per year over a 5-year period, so up to 1 million Bitcoin in total. But that's the thing. If the government started buying up Bitcoin, then it would skyrocket the price. And then we would be talking about a figure that's much higher. I would say minimum hundreds of billions of dollars, perhaps even $1 trillion. But if you think about it, even if it amounts to $1 trillion that they're going to spend on Bitcoin, that's not a lot of money for the US government if it's spread out over 5 years, because they deficit spend, the federal government deficit spends about $2 trillion a year. So what's 1 trillion more spread out over 5 years? And to me, I think it's funny because if you think about it, how are they going to get this money to buy the Bitcoin? You know what they're going to do? The Federal Reserve, working in conjunction with the federal governments, they're just going to print the money, the fiat currency, US dollars out of thin air to buy the Bitcoin. I mean, how else are they going to do it? And the Bitcoins that are acquired by the purchase program would be hodled for a minimum of 20 years. Now, I want to show you this. Here are the countries and governments that are currently holding Bitcoin. The United States is already the top government with around 213,000 Bitcoin. So they came across this Bitcoin by confiscating it from people that were doing illegal activities. But you'll see that countries and governments are small holders of Bitcoin. So take a look at this. All the countries and governments combined own about 529,000 Bitcoin in total. So that's about only 2.5% of all Bitcoin. Now, I want you to keep this in mind. The bill wants to buy up to 1 million Bitcoin, right? So right now, there are just under 20 million Bitcoin in existence. There's only about 1 million more Bitcoin that will ever be created. So 94.6% of all Bitcoin that will ever be created have already been issued. So there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin created. That is the cap. Now, this is very important for you to know. Trump is backing crypto along with the Republicans. But this bill, the Bitcoin Act, is now gaining traction. It's gaining support from the Democrats as well. So Democratic Congressman Ro Khanna is a perfect example that's convincing more of his party to support Bitcoin and this act.
So as you can see, there are major changes coming right now in the world of cryptocurrency. All right. And in terms of Trump's administration, because he's going to be appointing an entire advisory board. He's already chosen the next head of the SEC, and that is a crypto-friendly individual. So this is a person who knows a lot about cryptocurrency. He's a big fan of cryptocurrency. He's the person who's going to be setting the regulations. Okay, guys, there's not going to be any more handouts. No more. This, right now, Dr. Oz has been put in charge of the Medicare and Medicaid system, and I believe he's heavily criticized it. There's going to be a lot of cuts, guys. There's going to be a lot of cuts, and I'm telling you right now, the banks don't have money. We're seeing it right now with the banks where they don't want you holding on to money very long, okay? They don't want you holding on to their money for more than a month, more than 2 months. They want their money paid back immediately. They want it paid back right away, or else, okay? Or else they will cut you off. It's It's a very, very it's a sad situation, but it's a reality. Credit card companies, banks, they don't want you holding on to money. Okay? The credit card companies, if you have a credit card and you can charge $10,000, $20,000 to it, those charges, they want their money back by the end of the month. You see, they make their money from fees. That's how they make their money. All right. And I love using my credit card because my credit card protects my money that's sitting in my bank account from bad actors. So if I purchase something and some bad actor, as a result, like does something like, and I need to get my money back, I can put a freeze. I can put a freeze on that transaction and that transaction can be reversed. That transaction can be reversed. But in the case of, like, paying cash for something, no, never again. Never again. 99% of the time, I'm not paying cash for shit. I'm not doing it because it's just not worth it anymore. Okay? There's a lot of the idiots running around saying cash is king. Don't listen to these fools. The value of cash continues to decline rapidly. Cash, guys, we're in extremely high inflationary times. The inflation keeps on going up every single day. The inflation is going up more and more and more. And then these idiots are out here like, cash is king. Cash is king. I don't care. Cash is king. Like, bro, like it's the value of our money has decreased by like 40% to 50% since 2029 after the events of 2020. And it just keeps on going down with each and every single month passing. Like it's like 3% inflation. Like we have a 3% inflation rate. Basically, guys, it's like every month, the price keeps going up. Every month. I don't order fast food anymore, but even ordering groceries is beginning to feel harsh because like, I just bought some bananas and they're like, okay, cool, bro. That's $14. What do you mean that's $14? Oh, you didn't understand. So that's going to be $2 a banana. Are you insane? No. Is that going to be cash or credit? Guys, this is how sick our society is right now. You have to be prepared you have to be prepared for all of this because it's not going to be pretty out there. I'm telling y'all. Society is headed for collapse, but if you are prepared, then you'll be prepared to weather the storm. Guys, modern women, of course, they're not invested in crypto. They are not invested in crypto. They don't really know about crypto. And as a result, many of them are going to struggle along the way. But that does not have to be you because you're smart, you know better, and you've got Uncle Angry to guide you. But if you mess around, you're going to find out. And don't come running to Uncle Angry when things don't work out for you. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments regarding our destruction, our society collapsing around us. Don't forget to follow me on Rumble. I'm releasing content on Rumble now. I have most of my videos over there. I'm releasing new videos actively. So we're working on that. Go and follow me on Rumble because you know how it is on this platform, And let's talk in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWM and walking away. And cheers.